Hello, my friends. In our devotion time today, we're going to be looking at Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. Almost all of us know and love this Bible story, known as the parable of the Prodigal Son. It is a story we can read over and over and find new and fresh meaning each time we read it. We read it as children, learning of the happy return of the son who left home. There are other personalities in the story, the father and the brother. The youngest son demanded his inheritance now. He would fit right in with our society today. The father responds, dividing and giving the son his share. Now, Jesus does not elaborate on all the father had to accomplish to do this. Did he have to sell some property, some flocks? He did whatever it took, and pretty soon the son was on his way. He leaves on his journey to experience independence and to see what the world has to offer. And you know what happened. He mismanaged, squandered all of his finances, lost all of his fast-made friends, became a victim of a natural disaster, and wound up taking care of pigs. Coming to a state of clearer thinking, he realizes that being a servant in his father's household would be so much better than where he was at this point in his life. Decision made. He would go home, ask for forgiveness and a job in his father's household. Taking a look at the father now, I imagine he was heartbroken and sad at the leaving of his son. He probably followed the son down the road as far as he could go when the sun disappeared into the horizon. I imagine he longed to see him and to have him back home. But just as he watched the sun disappear on the horizon, he kept searching every day, hoping for a glimpse of the return of this precious son. And then one day it happened. On the horizon, a speck, a moving speck, moving toward him. The father kept looking, and sure enough, he recognized the outline of his son. I am here to tell you that if you're a parent, you recognize the gait, the walk, the outline of your child. If we took our precious children here from charity and put them behind a lighted screen, every parent here would immediately be able to pick out their child. The story tells us that as soon as the father recognized the son, he ran to him. He did not say, I'm going to wait and give him a good tongue lashing when he gets home. He ran and embraced this child who had been gone so long. He hugged and kissed and just felt and smelled of him, even though the son was profusely apologizing. I can even hear some of the lyrics of a song we sing today. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. He did have a place in his Father's house. And let's move to the last frame. We know the older son had stayed behind, been loyal, but now he was upset over hearing of this grand celebration for the return of this brother. But what does the father do? He goes to this son also. He goes out and reminds the older brother of his own place in the family and his portion in the inheritance. The older brother kept proclaiming how he had been faithful and loyal and had worked so hard, instead of trying to understand what the father had already prepared for him. Sometimes we might find ourselves in each of these positions at different stages of our lives. God's word is so powerful and rich. Each time we read it, we should receive its power for our own lives. Jesus is our everything. He is our grace, our compassion, our forgiveness, our acceptance, our love. Is there someone you need to extend his grace, forgiveness, compassion, and love to today? Would you prayerfully seek God's will for you to make that decision to bring that restoration to be? Today is the day for that opportunity. So I pray that you will enjoy this series of devotions that we are bringing to you and that you will be exceedingly blessed.